What's up guys, it is SubZeroExtabyte again with a new video, and today the aim of the video is to make some kind of house where we can just chill in, and after that we are going to make a really long and high tower, and it is just going to be totally amazing when we are up there, and it is just going to be great fun when all of that is done. But we are going to make like one of those dive things that you have in the swimming pool, only then we are not going to make it so that it really looks like a swimming pool or nothing, but we are just going to have it near the sea, and then we are just going to jump in the sea, which is just going to be amazing. If I have to be honest, I would like to jump into the sea from the height of a cloud or something. The water doesn't really damage you in this game except if you land next to the water, which wouldn't really be smart of you, but I guess that is not what we are going to do, because right now we are just going to make a little cabin out of wood and stuff, and it is just going to look great, like I always make houses look and stuff. Only then this is not going to be a really large house or anything. It is just going to be a little cabin where we can chill in and stuff, and it is just going to be nice and all of that. So that is just basically what we are aiming for with this house. But we have got almost all of the wood in it. I think that it just looks fantastic, and we are just going to make it even more fantastic in just a second, because as you guys probably already knew is that I am a roof master, and in my previous life I was some kind of thatcher or something like that, so that is just fantastic. But I guess that we are going to just have a lot of light in here, because this is going to be a typical sub house, and I like my natural light in my houses, so this is not exception. We are just going to lay a nice floor where we can stand on, and then the main frame of the house is done, and we just need to add some windows, a roof, and then we can start with the furnishing, which is always fun and all of that, so I am already looking forward to that. So what we need to do right now is just basically finish our little shelter with putting a roof on it so we don't get wet from the inside, which wouldn't really be nice. So we are just going to go ahead and do all of this, and then hopefully my instincts of the professional roof maker will come in really handy, and we are going to make a really cool roof. But that is always just a question that you can never be certain of, because roof making is an art, and just like art you have good roofs and you have really ugly roofs, and we normally only make the nice roofs, but anything can happen. And this little roof just fits on this house, so it is just fantastic, isn't it? Well, I think it is, and realistically I need to live here. Well, seek shelter then, I guess. But the time of the more advanced roof is just beginning, because the cobblestone stairs are just looking ready to make this roof even more amazing, and we are going to do it as following, and hopefully it will look really amazing, even though there are kind of a lot of trees around that kind of get in the way, but it doesn't really matter, so that is just fantastic, isn't it? Well, yeah, it is, so that is great. But yeah, the furniture bit always my favorite, so let's just go ahead and make this one hell of an inside. We realistically only need a chest, a bed, and a crafting table, and everything else would be just luxurious. A furnace would be nice, but we could do without it and just place the furnace outside and hope that no one will take our stuff. But we got it in our house, so right now our little shelter is pretty amazing. It has light, it has a comfortable bed, it has some carpets, and it has a furnace. So what else would you want inside of your house? I just can't understand. But this is just looking great, and I think we have done a really good job on this house, so that is just fantastic. A bit more details in the roof, and then it is just way too good. And then on top of the roof some more details, and then the roof is fully functional and looking good. And when your house looks amazing, you look amazing because you are the owner of that house. So if you have a really dusty house, then you will look dusty as well, and that is something that probably no one wants. So just remember to make a really cool house, and not some kind of dirt house, because that is not nice. So the house is looking better than ever before, and I am really glad that I built a humble house and not something that is really big or something like that, because I really like how it is looking at the moment. It is just nice and cozy and all of that, so I really like that. So our house is basically done, so what we are going to do right now is not really smart to do at home, but you probably don't have a really high tower in your yard or in your street or whatever, so I think that all of that is alright. We just need to find a nice place where we can start building, and then it is going to look really great, and we can then jump both sides because it has water on both sides. But we are going to start building 10 high, and maybe if this project doesn't work then we could make it wide and stuff, and then we are going to build like a tower, which is going to be a hotel tower where people can rent a room, and then we would have all kinds of random folks in our hotel, and then a little community would start to exist. And all of you that are watching right now could rent a room in my hotel right here if the diving board doesn't work, and we would have the Most amazing little community, and it is all going to be fun and stuff. But wait, hold up, this thing is like really high now, and I think we are almost in the cloud, so that is good. But I could really go for some spaghetti right now. I don't know why, but at this moment that I am like cloud high, and I suddenly have hunger for spaghetti. If someone could get me some spaghetti, that would be great. But wait, hold up, what is this then? This is amazing. We are getting somewhere with our tower. We are getting pretty high and it looks pretty cool. We are actually almost at the top of the building limit, I think. And the cool thing is that it all made from wood planks, and wood planks are pretty cool. It is also placed around a lot of water, so maybe some guys could think that this is some form of diving board, and that would not be nice, because then I would have a lot of divers around my really high wood tower that is also going to be a hotel in the near future, which is pretty impressive even though I say so myself. But no, for real, like this is starting to look like a diving, and it is starting to look pretty nice, and it is actually already pretty darn nice. Only we need to make the ground level something else. But we have a lot sand for that, so that is going to be okay. But we have one of the highest diving platforms of the entire world, I am pretty sure, so I am really proud of that, and we can almost just thread the needle through the ladder, which would be pretty amazing. But I do need myself some way to get up, don't I? Yes, I basically need a way to get up, so that is really nice. So, we just need a lot of ladders all the way to the top, and then it is amazing, because then we can actually climb this high, and then we could also jump off this high, which is just going to be fantastic, isn't it? Yeah, it is going to be fantastic, and I am not even doubting it, so that is the most amazing part of it all. So we are just going to go all the way to the top, and then we are there, and it is just amazing because you can feel the wind in your face, and it is just nice up here. It is pretty spooky though, because you can just fall off, but that is the entire point of this entire tower thing, so I think that we are good on that. Because this is a giant diving board, and this was just one other level of the thing. Right now, we are going to go even higher, so I think it is time to go for one more level of the diving board things with my building skills that take me all the way up. And let's catch the highest cloud where the planes are at the moment. And if I just have a bit of wind in my back, I can go flying really fast. If I would jump in just a minute, and I would feel like a jet or something. So, it is going to be really cool. If I fall really fast, then I think it is going to be pretty cool, because I am then basically a jet. I might not be, but the wind in my face tells me otherwise. But I think that this is going to take a bit of time before we are going to hit the water, because I am not really a jet or anything like that that goes really fast in the air. I am just a casual guy that jumps off the world's highest diving board, which is pretty insane if I do say so myself. We are not really the fastest builder in the entire world, but I mean, we are able to do the job, like I said before. But that is what it is about. Who cares that it might take a bit longer, but the people that are going to jump off are going to fly really fast in the air, and they cannot enjoy the air like I am going to do, because I know all the secrets of this entire tower that I built. I can just feel the wind in my face. I am really high up. The adrenaline is pumping through my veins, and I am feeling pretty good. But hey, I think we are really coming close to the building limit, guys. Like, how much further would it be? I guess it would be almost like 20 blocks or something, and then I should arrive there. But we are like seriously high up in the air, and I can't even see the floor anymore, and the height limit has been reached, and we are finally there. It didn't actually take 20 blocks. It wasn't even like 5 blocks or something. We were there really early. But I have to say that it just feels amazing up here. If you don't bring a sweater, then I think that you are going to freeze though, because it is pretty darn cold up here. But that is okay, because we are going to jump, and then the wind is going to go through our arms and stuff, and we are going to come closer and closer to the ground, and then we are going to feel really amazing, and then we are going to land in the water, and then we would make a cannonball, and then the entire ocean would just all of a sudden get empty, because this cannonball that we are going to do is going to be seriously dangerous to us and to the water and all the things that live inside of that water. If we just build another way up to the top, then it will be really amazing, and then we are going to be at the top again, and then I am going to be really happy, because that feeling up there, it is just indescribable. It is just amazing, and I could only wish that I could take one of you guys with me up here, and that we could make a cannonball together, because that would be really amazing. There was even a spider up here. I don't really know how this little guy ended up on top of here, but he is falling to the ground now, and it will take a really long time before he reaches the ground. So we are just going to test the waters from her, and we can do a couple of 360 ladder stalls, which are also going to be great. but we have a lot of these little platforms, which is fantastic because then we can choose which one we are going to take. And if any of you guys come over to this thing whilst it is still not a hotel, then you can choose which one you are going to take, because the highest one is only for the really big boys, and I personally have my doubts of jumping off from there, so I could understand if you guys have that same feeling, because it is just really darn high and I don't know if a lot of people are going to appreciate that. I know that I would not really appreciate that all the way up there, so I am just sharing this with you guys because I am a real one, and I would like for you guys that you at least come check it out and maybe just jump from the ladder in the beginning, but I am not really sure if you would do that if you would be able to actually hit the water. But I mean, sand isn't really that bad, so I guess that if you are going to fall, then you have a large sand cushion that is going to save you. So we are just going to enjoy ourselves with hanging these lights so the tower looks really good, and I have to time that perfectly because otherwise I am going to keep falling and stuff, and that is not what I want to do because that is scary, and if I fall off the ladder then I am pretty sure that I won't be able to reach the water. And from up here I think even the water would hurt a little. So I am pretty sure that if you would land on the sand that is down there, yeah, that little beach, then I think you are going to feel that, because that is actually really high up and there are a good amount of blocks in between where we are at the moment and where the ground is. So I am not really sure how I should feel about that, since I am on a ladder and sometimes on platforms, which feel great by the way. But if you fall then you can just give up because it is going to be a bad fall, and that is not really nice of the ground that it won't catch us. But I really believe that these torches are a great value to the tower because it is just looking lit, and as you guys probably already know, looking lit is really good, and our tower is looking hella lit, so that is just amazing. And if our tower looks lit then we look lit as well. Don't forget about that because that is a really important phrase. But anyways guys, we just need one more level after this one if I am not mistaken, so we are almost done with placing all of these torches and then we can finally test this baby out to maximum potential, and it is just going to be amazing. I can already feel the feeling that I am going to have when I am coming down towards the water and the land and stuff, and it is just basically a lot of wind, but a cool wind. Not the kind of wind that if you are on your bike and the wind is really strong that you have to put in extra effort, but just an amazing feeling that you are one with the wind and that the wind is one with you, which is just an amazing feeling. And I have fallen a lot in my life, so that is pretty amazing if I do say so. So right now we are just chilling at the top and the torches look hella lit, and I am getting ready for this jump. And as you can see it is like really high, and I am not really sure how I should feel about this, but I guess that we are just going to jump and we will just see for ourselves. It is going to be a long flight though, as we are experiencing at the moment, because the wind is really strong, but we are falling down pretty fast actually, and we are already in the water, and the time was really quick, but we landed on one single water block. We could have better dived for a bit, then we would have the risk that our legs would hit the ground really hard. But I guess that we are okay, and I'm actually feeling really great, so I am alright at the moment, so that is just fantastic. But we are climbing again, and we are just going to have an amazing experience once again just because we can, and maybe some other guy would enjoy this as well. And then he invites his friends, and then this is just going to be a professional diving board instead of a hotel. Then I wanted to change this in on the long run, but I guess that the idea of a really high diving board wasn't really that bad because it is pretty amazing. The only thing that we could invest some time and money in is to maybe have an elevator, because if you really needed to climb all of these ladders then you wouldn't have arms anymore when you reach the top. So that is the only thing that isn't amazing about this tower. Oh yeah, and the fact that you need to wait an entire minute or so just to climb this entire thing, but it is all worth it in the end, so that is just amazing. So we are coming closer to the top, and we just need a couple of ladders to climb, and then we are there once again, and then we can have the last jump, and then it is just going to be amazing, because this is the end of the video, and this is also the end of the jump that we are about to take, because we are not going to do this anymore because my arms are just really tired and I don't really appreciate that I have to climb as much. So I want to thank all of you for tuning in, and I hope that I will see you again on this great channel, and I would hope that you guys take care, and then hopefully I will see you guys around.